Again, sitting just outside at 11th as Caroline O'Brien will start things off for the Fighting Irish as they kind of look to get things started. The first inning is where they've really struggled this year.
And it all starts here in the first.
And that's an absolute just perfect hit down the right field line. A little trouble by Terrell. And a leadoff double down the right field line. It just snuck around that first base bag all the way to the corner.
Of the game, second of the season.
And that was perfectly bunted down the third base line. Good job by Malau.
We will not let her beat us.
That one lifted in the air. That's not what you want there. That'll be popped up over to second. 2-0. Foul back out of play.
Transferring Anna Gold, the Duke Blue Devil since day one.
That one crushed towards right center field, back to the wall, and it is off the top of the wall. I think they're saying it's a home run. It's gone. So Notre Dame strikes first with a two-run homer by Rachel Allen. And the Fighting Irish had a little issue with other teams jumping on them. Well, they
good barrel on it. Aaliyah Terrell makes the effort up against the wall, tips off the glove. Great point out that could have played a factor into that play as well.
Swing and a miss. Curd limits the damage to just 2. But as Rachel Allen, the backstop, two-run homer to right center field, almost saved by the outfielder for the Blue Devils. So they're going to try to battle back here. And again, we were talking earlier about
we had the old wristbands with 4, 2, 3, 4.
Which ear?
Left ear.
There's a hard ground ball just out of the reach of Amaral. And Malau with the leadoff single in both. And she's got a 2-2 count after that foul with a runner on at first. That one's fouled down the first baseline is Kaya Cortez.
That's clearly a ball. Man, that was tight.
And she will lift the 3-2 pitch. That's a duck snort that falls right in front of the center fielder, Cronenberger. I got to live vicariously through my son having a walk-up as Anna Gold has a walk-up and a walk-off as she will walk around all 4 bases as she launches that one to left center field, and just like that, the Blue Devils lead at 3-2. Duke coming into the weekend had 43 home runs, which is in the middle of the ACC. Virginia Tech leading that with 77. There's the 2-1. Stanford and Cal obviously come in. And with Carolina's gotten a lot better. And Kyrie Rodriguez back to back. Rodriguez says see you later. And Rodriguez with her 5th home run of the year. It's 4-2. The Blue Devils hitting the bombs here on this. Add to that lead here. And she tried to. Here's the 0-1. That one's fisted to the left side. Charging in on it to make the play is Caroline O'Brien. Did they finally record out number 1? Here's the 1-2. Chopper over towards the shortstop, Amaral, not in time. And Burgess will get the infield hit. Nice job there. Notre Dame trying to play their way in. Here's the 0-2. And she will go down swinging, so Kamzik finally gets out of that jam. And she's gotten 4 of her 9 hits in the last 2 weeks this year. And the payoff pitch fouled off. Strong. Again, as a freshman, it takes some time to get kind of used to things. And here's a payoff pitch from Curd.
Instead, 1-2.
Here's Curd. 1-2 pitch. Lifted in the air towards left field. No problem there for Burgess. And she makes the catch. Duke leads this all-time series 8-7. They're 5-4 against the Fighting Irish in Durham. Since joining the ACC in softball, Duke, that is, as you said, they're pretty even. Coach Ganef taking over. And they lost a lot of veterans as the chopper goes right into the mitt of Kamzik. And that'll be the easy first out of the frame. Absolutely.
And bringing what Coach Gumpf created and the coach of work really created. And
from the LBC, here's the 2-2. A little change of pace there. And a good job of forcing the ground out there by Kamzik, 2 down.
Sternum level and on the corner.
3-2, that's a tough break there for Kamzik as Vega. Kamzik with the 0-2. Chopped down the third baseline, glove cleanly by O'Brien, and it was bobbled, and a nice job there by Vega. Paying attention, she'll move over to third on the drop. It was low to where you could have turned the glove over, and hopefully it's for Notre Dame's sake as that's foul down the left side. That doesn't matter now as it's a foul out there as Rodriguez. Either way, looks sharp, counts 1-1. Here's the offering there. There's a hit that's going towards left center field, or right center field rather, off the wall. I was like, oh, my voice is on Sports Center, which means nothing either way as the count's 0-2 here. Here's Rachel Allen. Ground ball base hit up the middle, and the Irish will tie the game up on a base knock by Allen. Have a evening, Mrs. Allen, as she's got a home run. And a runner on at first and second. She bunts it right in front of home plate. Beautifully done. And a beautiful job by Notre Dame because they called Duke out of position. There's a hard hit ball off the glove of O'Brien. That one's smoked by KK Mathis.
Freshman stopping that one on the other side of things. KK Mathis, another well-executed swing in this game.
As someone who used to play the hot corner, what would you have done in that one?
I mean, blink. Yeah, probably try to do the same thing.
And that one's ripped towards the left center field gap. Burgess, she's going to go all the way to second base with the one-out double. And the Blue Devils are in business with 2 runners on and 1 out.
Mathis at third base, not known for her speed. That is really, to me, a missed opportunity for this Duke offense.
That one slapped foul by Deanna Jennings. 1-1. And Notre Dame gets out of it. And ground ball right side, easily played by Vega. 2 down. Here's the 0-2. That's chopped right to Gold. And Tran is gone. So 3 up, 3 down for the Blue Devils. Here's the 3-2. I think here's the chopper right to the shortstop. Amara, she stayed on the base long enough.
To the base path of the runner, you're kind of exposed, but there knows her line, knows the body positioning and control, and gets the out.
Here's Gold. That's down the third baseline. O'Brien. The 14 of 15 stolen base threat is off and running. There's the throw, not even close. And you can play the Roadrunner theme. Beep, beep. Here's the 2-1. That one ripped towards right center. That's trouble. That's going to go off the wall as it bounces once. Here's Rodriguez diving into second. And the Blue Devils take the 5-4 lead. Rodriguez shut the door here to get the win here tonight. And that's popped up towards Terrell in right field, and the play is easily made for. And I thought for a second that was going to be a 5th one because it jumped off the bat foul. Here's the 0-1. That one's a little dribbler over to Malau Ulu. Here's Anna Holloway, the senior infielder, 0 for 2 today. Curd looking for 9 in a row. Foul down the right side, giving chase is Terrell, and she slid. Could not come away with it. And for the white pinstripe-clad Blue Devils here in Game 1. And that is hit hard. That is hit high. That is back to the wall just at the warning track, and Mathis not able to hit the home run as Williamson camps under it for out number 1. She gave it a ride.
Say anything, but there, I think our third base umpire was like, all right, guys, knock it off.
And knocking it off is Kamzik as she forces another fly out to center field this time. Burgess 2 down now. There's a chopper over to the right side. Holloway kind of handcuffed, and that cost her, as that will see Terrell safe on the infield single. Looking to shut the door. That one fisted in the air. That'll be a in foul territory. Malaulu makes easy work there. 2 frames. Can she make it 3? Here's the 2-2 as she leans way back. Got her on the outside. That's 8 strikeouts tonight, and she has shut down 12 straight Notre Dame. Young lady in, the senior out of Mahopac, New York. 28 walks. She has 3 saves to her credit as well. And give us your scouting report on the young lady Becker in the circle.
Yeah, first and foremost, Shannon Becker is a veteran. You know, her head coach, Chris Gannett, talks about how she's reliable.
Here's the 2-2. Tessa hits it straight up in the air. Is that going to stay in play? And it's tipped off the glove of the third baseman, O'Brien. And the tough break there is it tipped off then the dugout.
I know Caroline O'Brien, the freshman, wants that out no matter what. But it looks like they'll have another chance here.
And that was going to go in the crowd. And that's dropped by the fan in front of us. Long. My brother saw it on TV, and as that's a absolute rip that is caught by Cortez, so my story doesn't matter. Again, if you're Coach Gannett.
Anna Gold hits the 3-run home run to follow, so as this one is skied in the air deep, but Tran will be under it. Chris, sorry to take your job here,
that's okay.
But Notre Dame headed to the top of the 7th last year.
Which is none other than Caitlin Early. The tying run possibly coming to the plate, and now the tying run will be at first on the leadoff walk. And the first pitch to Caroline O'Brien in there for a called strike here in the top of the 7th. O'Brien started the game off with that double. She's been silent ever since, as that's bunted foul for strike 2 as Nails Ball Club, and you're seeing it here. Here's the 0-2. That one slapped to the right side. Kind of an in-between play, but a nice job there by Vega. She didn't panic as it got away from Baker. The Fighting Irish, Emily Tran, has 1 hit today. It was a single back in the 3rd. She ended up scoring. That one's lifted in the air towards shallow left field. Easily caught by Amaya Burgess on the run in. 2 down. Can she tie it up here? Curd, 1-1. Line drive, base hit up the middle. Here comes Jennings to throw it in. Play at the plate. She is gunned. What a throw. Ball game over. Jennings says, I don't think so. And the Blue Devils take game 1.
Houlihan is sent. Deanna Jennings sends a missile of her own. Kyrie Rodriguez, no obstruction. Unfortunately,